There is a race to put brain chips inside the population. All praises, honor, glory goes to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, Elder Bishop of the Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to you fellow brothers pushing out this word in truth and sincerity. Ishabach Nak coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Racha Kwadash. Shalom, shalom, shalom to all the believers out there fighting for their faith in these wicked, evil, demonic times. All right, this is going to be a walk and talk lesson. This is I wanted to go into this yesterday. I ended up doing another lesson, so I'm back at it now. Through the spirit and power Yahweh Shema Shai, I pray that it's edifying. And basically, I'm gonna go into an article. I have another article. We'll see if the spirit have me go into that one as well. But this article is going into, as we always speak about, all right, the MOTB. In particular, the brain chip, or the chip that's going to go inside people's brains. And there's several companies that are already, working in the field of BCIs, brain chip interfaces, and hooking them up to different devices and different digital platforms. Like now, Apple has, I forget the acronym, but they have like a system to where they can interface with brain chips. So everybody's moving over to that technology, and there's an actual, it's starting to rain, I think. Lord's will, don't rain. If it do, I'm about to run back or something. But give me a second, because it's coming down. I might have to turn back. I forgot what I was about to say. Oh, there's a race. There's competition to put, chips inside people's brains. So let me just go right into this article. I got to walk back to the house because it's drizzling. Right, it's drizzling, but it looked like it's getting ready to rain. It wasn't. It didn't. Right when I started walking, it started to rain. So that's Satan. But Lord's will, we're going to continue the lesson. So let me pull up this article. I kind of lost track of what I was saying. I am sipping some tea, so just bear with me with that too. But this is from disclose.tv. It says Sam Altman challenges Elon Musk with plans for Neuralink rival. Right? In the company that we all know, the company that's popular in putting, chips inside people's brains. Remember 2020 during the whole scandemic where they put it in a pig, and that was a big thing. And then they put it in monkeys, and monkeys were able to control things, and they started doing animal testing, and then they started doing human testing, and then they had their first individual to put the brain chip and interact with, the devices. But then you have other companies in the background that are also doing the same thing. And this company, headed by Sam Altman, which we're going to look it up. The moment I heard Sam Altman, although that sounds like a small hat, which I believe he's the co-founder of OpenAI. And everything is moving to AI all of a sudden within these last couple of years, even so much so where you have AI that's part of the military now. OpenAI is part of the military. So what's that about, right? Let me read a little bit of here, then I'm going to show you that. And if you Google it, you'll see Sam Altman, he's a small hat. So and Elon Musk, he's a crypto small hat. He's a small hat, okay? You're going to see that the people that's behind these technologies, which are frontmen, lesser luminaries, they all go back to the wicked elite, which are all small hats. Okay, so let me just read a little bit of here, get some information on Sam Altman, and then we're going to go into the Wikipedia just to show you that he has a small hand. And again, you can look it up yourself. All right, just to show you that they control everything and how they're trying to move everybody closer to accepting the MOTB. And most people are not going to put it in their brain, but you are going to have people with disabilities put it in their brain. Most people are going to be forced to put it, not physically, but given no other choice, to put it inside their hand. So this is OpenAI co-founder Sam Altman is backing a new company called Merge Labs, which plan to compete, with Elon Musk's Neuralink by connecting human brains to computers. So it's not just Neuralink. There's competition, and when there's competition, what does competition drive? Competition drives. Why is this? Give me a second. Competition drives innovation, and drives investment, right? So you're going to start to see a heavy increase, a heavy influx of companies putting chips inside people's brain and saying we are the top company. We have the less invasive surgery, the quickest surgery, the most support, the best technology, right? It says, by connecting human brains to computers, Merge Lab is seeking $250 million in funding and is currently valued at $850 million. Altman will co-found but won't take a daily role. Alex Balnia will lead the project. I mean, just like Elon Musk, he doesn't actually have the technology, and he created the technology. He's just the front. So just like this guy, that is the co-founder of OpenAI, which he's worth billions of dollars, and he's a small hat. Okay, isn't that ironic that all these top individuals are all small hats? Nah, it's not ironic. It's us. These are the people that are in charge. These are the people that are moving everything towards what they believe to be their dystopian or utopian, because it's supposed to be a utopia for them, a future. Okay, give me a second. The venture aims to capitalize on advancements in artificial intelligence. Yeah, so you're going to be part of artificial intelligence. All right, you're going to have computer chips inside you, talking about these people, and they're going to be able to connect to artificial intelligence, which is going to give them another layer of intelligence, super intelligence, right? But you have to be connected to Esau's technology. He has to cut inside you and put something inside you. Okay? It says, Altman has discussed the potential for high bandwidth brain computer interfaces to emerge soon. See? You're going to start to see, more and more news, as we've been telling you here at Great Millstone. You're going to start to see more and more news about brain chips and how people are putting brain chips inside of them, and how that is affecting their daily lives. It's making it better. It's superpowers. Okay, let me get 2 Corinthians 2. Bear with me. 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. Least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And this is an actual device. Esau, all right, marketing it to the people, to you, like it's going to help you. You know, it's going to be a savior, right? How is Esau, right, going to get an advantage? How does he get advantage over the people? Well, he gets an advantage over the people because the people are ignorant of what he's doing. They're ignorant that he's the actual devil that the Bible speaks of. They don't even understand what the devil is, who the devil is, and what the devil will be doing. Okay, it even talks about how Satan and his ministers, transform themselves into, ministers of light. They make you think that they are holy. They're a holy people, and that this is of God. You're gonna start to see more of that, but we're not ignorant of that. Okay, we understand actually what all this means. Jake, they just walk by. Okay, and all of a sudden they're looking for $250 million. Who's investing in this technology? Rich Edomites, in particular Esau. Okay, or in particular Amalek, excuse me. But let me read that part again. Altman has discussed the potential for high bandwidth brain computer interfaces. The computer, the way you interface now, through a keyboard, through a mouse, through touch screen, this is going to revolutionize how you interact with technology now. Okay, you are going to be part of the technology. Your thoughts now are going to be able to move the technology. Okay, through a thought, Esau has tapped in that deep. The Most High has given him that technology to be able to connect you to, all right, this external intelligence. This competition intensifies the rival between Altman and Musk, who co-founded OpenAI. So here it is, Elon Musk and Altman, two small hats. They co-founded OpenAI. All right. And then Musk, he got another company. He put in brain chips in people. And Altman was like, you know what? I could do that too. Musk Neuralink has raised significant capital and leads the industry. Why aren't they cleaning up the streets? Why aren't they getting drugs out of the country? All right, why aren't they allowing people to have their own land? To be self-sufficient. Why aren't they teaching the people the skill of how to farm? How to deal with finances, how to take care of your body. They're not doing none of that. They're putting all their money into what? Into technology, artificial technology. Okay, computer brain interfaces, or brain computer interfaces. Okay, robots. All right, there's videos of actual robots walking the streets. You got robot security. This is what this man has put in his movie through predictive programming. This is the way to condition the people to accept this. And there's nobody crying out about it. Jake ain't crying out about none of this. Jake don't even know what the hell what's happening. Okay. Jake is completely, when I say Jake, meaning the Israelites. They just want to get the bag. All right. They just want the bag. They just want money. Right. They just want a good time. Make sure if it's enough chicken and rice and bread and alcohol and sweet drinks, Jake is cool, man. You don't need that much. The ability to go play basketball, the ability to talk shit, right? The ability to commit adultery, right? Drink beer. Jay don't give a fuck what you on. If you put a chip at me, fuck it. If I can still drink beer and watch, can I still watch NBA? The player, I can watch it in my mind now. Oh, hell yeah, sign me up. Okay? And we continue to tell you what this devil, has in plan, has in store. Okay, I want to go to Revelation 14 because there's a judgment for this. All right? And you're going to start to see people. You know what? Let me do this. Let me add chat GPT. Let me ask chat a question. What could be the potential side effects of BCIs, brain chips, in people's head. Let's just see what chat says. Brain chips, also called neural implants, brain computer interfaces, or BCIs, can have a wide range of potential side effects, some physical, some psychological, and some societal. Infection. Any surgery involving the brain carries a risk of bacterial infection. Bleeding or swelling. Implanting electrodes can damage blood vessels, causing hemorrhage or edema. Hemorrhage meaning blood, edema meaning retention of fluid. Scar tissue formation. The brain may form glial scar tissue around the chip, which can interfere with signals or cause seizures. Seizures or convulsions. Electrical stimulation can accidentally trigger abnormal brain activity. Device malfunction. A faulty chip. You get a computer, you might get a bad computer. Right? You buy a computer, you get a phone, the phone might be it might work for like a week and then it start bugging the hell out. You get a computer, it might work for a week and then start bugging the hell out. Or it might be working for a year and all of a sudden the screen go blank, or the shit starts slowing down. It starts exiting out of windows when you don't want to. It starts restarting when you don't want to. So here it is, you're going to put this man's technology in you when his technology is flawed. Okay? A faulty chip could send incorrect signals or stop working, potentially affecting speech, movement, and senses. And I did a lesson, and there's much information out there in which Esau, he can control animals with technology, with chips. He's been putting chips inside people's bodies. Chronic pain or headaches due to nerve irritation or inflammation. I'm just gonna read the bullet points. All right, I read that one. Number 2, cognition and physiological risk, mood or personal changes, memory disruption, dependency, psychological distresses. Verse 3, data, and this is what I was going to ask this question next. Data hacking. Okay, there's privacy and security risk. Any Esau's technology, once it's connected to the internet, it has like an ID, right? There's an ID. There's a way for it to talk to the internet and the internet to talk to it, the device. So every device has an input and an output. Okay, so if the device has an output, meaning you're able to connect to something and do, move with cursor, do this, do that. Well, it has an input. Signals can be sent as well. It can be reverse engineered. Data hacking. Wireless BCIs could be hacked, allowing outside control or monitoring of thoughts and movement. See, now they can know your thoughts. They can know your movements. They know when you sleep. They know when you're coughing. They know when you're about to pop your woman. Okay. Surveillance. Governments or corporations could track brain activity for profiling or manipulation. See? And you don't think that's going to happen? Loss of autonomy. Malicious programming could influence behavior without consent. See? So here it is. These people are going to actually bow down and allow this man to put chips inside their brain. And they're actually doing it. You have certain individuals, but see, it's being pushed as, benevolent. It's being pushed as something that's actually going to help you. Yeah, this person couldn't walk. They're paraplegic and they were just, a vegetable. And we put a chip in their brain. Now they got an iPad. Now they can play video games. Now they can call, they can call their mother. They can call their loved ones now just by a thought. Wow. Whoa. Right. The whole time that's to get the whole population to put their guard down. So when everybody start getting that shit, they going to tap into that shit and you're going to lose all autonomy. You're going to lose all control. They're going to be the one that's in control. Right. Verse 4, long-term unknown. See, there's unknowns, but see, we know the known. And after this, we're gonna read the known. Revelation 14. Okay. Also, Revelation 16. All right. It says degeneration. Long-term electrical stimulation might accelerate brain cell damage. We not built to connect ourselves to no goddamn internet. Put a outside device inside of us. To put an electrode, to put a chip. And it's crazy too, because this technology is crazy. I mean, it's super small. It's like, what the, but hey, the Lord gave Esau, he gave Esau some high level technology, man. That's going to fuck you up. All right. Because you getting hit with them signals all goddamn day. You actually connected to the chip and there's going to be no side effects. Come on, man. Absolutely. There's going to be side effects. All right. Absolutely. Neurodegeneration. Long-term electrical stimulation might accelerate brain cell damage. Tissue rejection. The body may react negatively to foreign materials after years of implantation. Ethical drift. A chip becomes more advanced. As chips become more advanced, they could be used for coercion or through thought control. So basically, Esau, he set the system up really to control you. That's really what it's about. To control all civilization. His dream, his wet dream, is for everybody to have a microchip implant inside of them. And now they're rolling it out. These nations, all right, they're gonna follow suit. China, Japan, they all gonna do them damn Moabites and them Ammonites. All right, those GOOKSs, them Arabs, right? The so-called Polynesians. You gonna have certain nations, they gonna buck up against it. Yeah, that's true. But you're gonna have a lot of nations that's gonna take it. And anybody here in America that's not part of the elect, they gonna take it. And if they fight against it, they gonna get put down. They gonna get put in one of them concentration camps that's being set up. Right? The excuse is the migrants. But those concentrations are being set up to lay down the infrastructure of mass incarceration to those that buck up against the rulers. Revelation 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead. All right, that's talking about the brain chip, BCIs. Okay, let me do this. How likely, I'm asking chat, is the BCI brain chip, right, interface the mark in Revelation when it says mark in forehead? Let's just see what it says. If we're talking about Revelation 13 through 16, the mark in their right hand or in their forehead, some people interpret the forehead literally while others take it symbolically. Okay, here's how the brain chip theory fits into that discussion, right? Give me a second. All right. It says why some people believe a brain chip could match the prophecy. Forehead location. Neural implants are often placed through the skull near the forehead or temple region, which fits the literal wording. See? Control of buying and selling. If brain chips become linked to digital IDs. Isn't that what they're doing? Aren't they moving forward with the digital ID system? So even the ChatGPT is telling me, if brain chips become linked to digital ID payment systems or government databases, where are they going to be linked to? Who controls the technology? They could fulfill the prophecy's economic control aspect. So even GPT knows that Revelation 13, 16, 17 is talking about, all right, economic control. They're going to control economics through this CHIP. Even Chat is telling you there's potential that's more than likely what it's talking about. Some people think that, they're going to be a little ambiguous. They're not going to say what it is because that's not what, that's not how it's built. It's still a demon. Thought and behavior influence. Revelation also associates the mark with allegiance and worship. A brain chip, in theory, be used to influence loyalty or obedience. Yeah, if you don't do something, they'll turn your shit off. And that's essentially what they'll do. They'll fuck your shit up. They'll stop updating it. Okay? They'll give you no more support. All right? So what the hell are you going to do? You're going to have to bow down. And that's basically how they're going to get you. Permanent and personal. Implantation is invasive and could be lifelong. Similar to a mark that defines a person's identity. So here you go. They're telling you it literally what it could be literally. Give me a second. Right. Let me just read what it says here. It says why others doubt it's the prophecy mark. Yeah, because there's another theory. Okay, another breakdown that it's what John the Revelator saw. He actually saw something that was wasn't literal. It was symbolic. Which there's symbolisms to it, but you have to be able to interpret it and understand that it's literally speaking about a physical device. And this is the device that we're actually seeing actually start to be pushed on the population. There's a race toward putting brain chip interfaces inside people. All right, there's lots of investment being put into these companies, but they've been doing it. They're just rolling out the technology. They've been had artificial intelligence. They're rolling it out now. They're rolling it out. More people are getting used to it. More people are interested into it. More people are learning about it. That's going to feed the technology. You're going to have all these different minds that's working on artificial. They believe that this is the next best thing. They're fascinated by it. So you got this young generation that's putting their all into building the best AI. Nonstop. Okay. And the wicked elite, which own everything, they're the ones that own this technology. They're funding everything behind the scenes. And they have front men like Sam Altman, small hat, Elon Musk, small hat. And then we go through a number of them all. They're all going to be tied somehow, some way to these people. Where's these celebrity niggas? Why aren't they speaking about it? Because you know what? If they say something about it, they're going to get canceled. Okay. Symbolic interpretation. Some theologians see forehead as symbolic or of belief, loyalty, not a literal device. No, it is symbolic of belief, loyalty. Yeah, you can say it, but it's actually talking about a literal device. Because the moment you take the device, you are submitting to that individual, that power. You are saying, I want to be loyal to you. Timing and prophecy. According to many prophecy timelines, the mark of the beast happens during a specific tribulation period with a global religious political leader in power. No, that's completely off. We may not be in that stage yet, which we're not in a stage of this prophecy fulfilled. We're in a stage of this prophecy starting to become fulfilled. The moment is fulfilled when he makes it mandatory. But before that, it's going to be widely accepted to have chips inside of people. Okay. Not exclusive to chips. Many technologies, tattoos, biometric IDs, genetic modifications could also fulfill the mark role. And that's not even though they can be a sign of a mark, we're actually talking about the CHIP. Okay. From a new probability assessment, from a neutral evidence-based angle, if prophecy is literal, in this case, it doesn't tell you that it's an actual brain chip. So it's not in a sense literal. Okay, it doesn't say, all right, well, if any man take a RFID microchip, they put it in their brain or they put it in their hand. It don't say that. But with wisdom, you're able to understand and interpret that that's what it is. If prophecy is literal, a brain chip that controls buying, selling, is placed near the forehead could be one of the strongest technological candidates we see. Yeah, it's super strong. It's the only thing. Okay. It's the only thing, because here it says, if prophecy is symbolic, a brain chip is just one of many possible marks representing alliance to a system. But this is the thing. Okay, cool. You said that, but how does that control economics? How does that control you buying and selling? People say, oh, no, it's spiritual. It's symbolic. All right, cool. But now how does that, you not taking it, how does that stop you from buying and selling? This being symbolic. Okay, it doesn't stop you from buying and selling. Okay, but as we was reading earlier, it said this can pop the actual chip if it's connected to if the chip. Give me a second. If the chip is actually connected to economics, your digital ID, right? Then it's a high candidate to be the mark of the beast. Because again, how do you explain the economics? How do you explain the CHIP stopping you from buying and selling? And everybody will be required to do it. See, and you other Israelite camps that teach against this, you're gonna eat your words. Okay, and your congregation is going to be scattered when Esau finally makes this thing mandatory, and we're in that stage. We're actually seeing the emergence of that technology. Okay, I'm going to read. Let's go back. Let's just read Revelation 14 again. Okay. And the third angel followed them. This is verse 9, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. We're talking about the BCI, but that more people are going to put it in their hand. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Okay, so you're going to be burnt. You're going to be burned up. That's the third world war. And here at Great Millstone, we're known for prophecy. That's all that we speak about. We don't speak about, sisters, in relationships. We doing marriage councils. Remember the gorilla Hebrew Sakari? They was doing marriage counseling, and they were selling names, Hebrew names, and they were selling prayers. Now he's completely, he's out of the community. He don't want to have nothing to do with the community that he grifted for so long and made so much money off of. Now he's going to another hustle. Okay. It says, and the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night. It's not talking about hell. All right, this is talking about the lake of fire. Babylon's going to look like a lake of fire when you look over it from the firmament. This is what John saw. And he saw those flames going up for a very long time. So America's going to be burning for a very long time. Who knows how long? This is where it says forever and ever. Who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. All right, which is this man's technology. Okay, the C-hip, the brain chip interface. We're gonna keep saying it. They might just take this video down. And who is in the forefront of these technologies? These devils. Esau. Jake is not. Jake is gonna take the technology. They're gonna be used as the advertising. Okay, they're not the ones that are actually own these companies and have influence over the earth, in which they're pushing something. All right, oh, the beast is doing that. The beast system, Esau. Okay, the dragon, the Roman Empire coming back. They're the ones that's pushing this. Okay, and they're the ones that's gonna make it seem like it's gonna help you. It's gonna you're gonna be the next. You're gonna be super intelligent. Everybody has to get this, because if you don't get this, you might be left behind. See, we're upgrading as humans. Well, hold on. What about we came from monkeys, right? We came from monkeys and tadpoles, and we was a lizard at one time, and then we metamorphed somehow. Now we were with Lucy, which is they call that's the black woman with the missing link. Ape/human black woman, and then everybody was black, and then everybody started changing to different nationalities, and then the white man came. That's the highest level evolution. Well, shouldn't we evolve into something else? Shouldn't we like grow wings and shit? Shouldn't we grow long ass arms to reach across the table and pick up the extra drumstick of chicken? Right? Shouldn't we evolve more? Why do you have to artificially evolve by putting technology inside you? So the whole system is all fucked up. It don't even make no sense. Okay, but hey, again, as we read in Second Corinthians 2:11. All right, it says, "For we are not ignorant of Satan's devices." At least Satan should get an advantage of us, because he can't get an advantage over us because we know his moves. We have been given a glimpse into what this man will be doing. And really, this is the Heavenly Father's system. All right, this is the Heavenly Father's story. And he has given us pretty much the script. All right, and he's told us everybody told us who's who, what character will be playing what role. And also he has given us our role and what we should be doing in these last days. Okay, let me lead you off, or not lead you off, or let you go with this last scripture. Revelation 3. Bear with me. In that other article, I'll probably go into another lesson with that one. It was going into how these police, ICE, and all that, they're getting, basically like artificial intelligence, to be able to identify people. They're getting technology to be able to identify people, scan their face, scan their eyes. Revelation 3:10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience. Yeah, because we're gonna have to, bear the pushing of the MOTB. We're gonna have to bear it. We're gonna have to suffer it without giving in unto death. I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. So really, there's going to be a level of protection during the hour of temptation, where the Lord is not going to allow you to be tempted upon, the measure that you are able to, deal with, which shall come upon all the world. And this is their dream is to chip everybody. And we are really the only ones on the planet that speak out against this day in and day out. We're being banned, shadow banned. We're being, hey, they're going to deplatform us. But everybody's going to know. Everybody's going to know that we stood firm on what it is, because that's what it is. That's it's a literal mark, and that mark is manifested in his technology, which is the RFID technology or the NFC technology, to try them that dwell upon the earth. So the Lord is going to keep us. He's going to guard us during this time, because Esau is going to shut off. You know, he going to pretty much shut off everybody economically. Right? How do you get gas in your car? Right? You got to go to Esau to get gas. Well, you got to have money first. Where do you get money? You got to deal with Esau's money. You got to get a job. Or say you did it illegal. You still got to deal with Esau's money. So when he turns everything cashless, you got to deal with his technology. You got to be, it's going to be on the phone. You're going to have a digital wallet. Okay. You're going to be scanning them QR codes, or you're not going to be able to buy anything, because there is going to be no more cash. Cash is going to be a thing of the past. Okay. And there's nothing that you can do about it, because the Most High is the one who gave Esau this power. So it is going to go down. Okay. We are commanded not to give in to this wicked demonic power that's getting ready to be destroyed. Okay. And tyrants of old, they already tried this, and they're going to do it again. Esau just believes through his technology he's going to be able to accomplish it, but he's not. All right. So I'm going to close it there. Until next time, shalom to the elect.